I'm going to be making Barovian garlic bread and hot spiced cider out of the two awesome cookbooks that I have been using for a while now. First, we're going to start with Flavors of the Multiverse, followed by Hero's Feast. So, again, I know things are backwards. When I get to the replay, they'll be forwards. So, first things first. You're fine, baby. Thank you for watching my channel. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Those of you playing the secret word game, your first word is baseballs.
I think I meant ball sack.
Go. Love you. No. So, if you like to, I don't want to go on hiatus again, guys, and it tends to get a little hard with food prices are literally skyrocketing. Remember, if you really like what I do, hit me up on Cashapp or PayPal. They're both in the description. I also have an Amazon wish list, and yeah, that's about it right now. I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind. Today has been a day. So I'm going to start with the Barovian garlic bread, and that's a picture of them. They look gorgeous. This is going to make about 12 knots. This buttery bread, served in both loaf and knot form, is ever present in the taverns and inns dotting the misty and eerie Barovian countryside. While it's not uncommon for wayward travelers to get cold shoulder from reclusive and suspicious denizens, God, is that true? Inns, such as the Blue Water, will at least offer a warm basket of this local treat to well-mannered and paying patrons. It is important to note that although garlic is a flavorful and inspired touch, it is not indigenous to the region. You'll find this pungent bread pairs nicely with a Maine medium rare wolf steak and a glass of Wizard of the Wine champagne, Beulah Stomp, or Red Dragon Crush.
Ew, champagne!
But avoid purple grape mash number 3 at all costs. This is like the second or third recipe that said avoid the purple grape mash, which is hilarious. So, we are going to start with 4. If you haven't noticed, this is a mat. This is actually a cutting mat for fabric that I'm going to use. So I'm going to start by preparing my ingredients. 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. 2 tablespoons of pressed or grated garlic. I did not have time. I don't have a garlic press. I didn't have time to grate any garlic. So sorry, I am going to be using the jarred water. Got it. Kosher salt. Flour. I need to grab that. I have a whole thing of flour right here. And then 1 pound pizza dough at room temperature. Now, I got a pound of pizza dough, and I have set this out since last night to prove it, and it has doubled in size. Which is the thing about pizza dough is you want the yeast in it to rise, and you do that by making it warm. And like I said, I didn't really warm it up. I just let it sit out, and it is perfect. So with the rack in the upper middle position of the oven, let me check my rack, which it is. I'm going to want to put that at 475 and let that preheat. And while I do that, line a large rimmed baking sheet with parchment paper or non-stick cooking mat, and then put a wire rack over it. So here's my large baking sheet. Here is my parchment paper. Okay. If I can find the end. There we go. And if I seem like I'm once again losing my mind in this video, I am once again losing my mind in this video. So much changed during the course of the week. I cannot talk. The week, it's been insane. So I got the parchment paper and the wire rack and set aside. In a small saucepan, over medium-low heat, melt the 2 tablespoons of butter, add garlic and water, and cook. Stirring frequently until the garlic is a pale gold and very fragrant. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start that before I get to this mat. And like I said, this is just a regular fabric cutting mat that I've washed, dried, and set outside. So I'm going to go ahead with this over, what did I do with my book? There it is. So over medium-low. So medium would be 5, medium-low would be about 3. 2 tablespoons of the butter. So these are the tablespoons. 1, 2. Right there. Get a knife. I'm going to start heating that up. It's a little more than 2 tablespoons, but we're not going to be exact right now. Melt 2 tablespoons of butter, add garlic and water, which was 2 tablespoons of the garlic. Which I don't think anybody is going to mind a little extra garlic. I am sad that I just got garlic all over myself. Oh well. When I went in the pantry, I didn't have a fresh garlic bulb. I thought I did. Not only that, I don't have a grater. So it kind of works out. Not too happy with it, but it is what it is. And then 1.5 teaspoons of water. So I just put 2 tablespoons. I need a teaspoon. Do I even own teaspoons? Yeah, that looks like a teaspoon. Okay. Hold on. Let me put this over the sink real quick. That should be good. Okay. And cook, stirring frequently until the garlic is pale and gold and fragrant, 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set this timer for 8 minutes. And while I do that, your next word is somewhere. The next word, if you are playing the secret word game, is milk. So I'm going to stir that, get that going. And it is getting fragrant real quick, and I'm melting the butter. I don't know if you can see it or not. You probably can't. I got the butter in here. So, and the garlic's starting to turn colors, which I like. I mean, this is really coming out nicely. Yes, I'm not catching, honey. I'm live. What?
Chip.
What?
Brock chip.
Okay, throw it away. Or give it to the doggo or the catto or something. So again, guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. I am 2/3 of the way both to being, actually, let me rephrase that. I'm only 1/3 of the way away from being partnered with YouTube. All I need now is for you guys to watch my channel. 2/3 of the way. Still need 100 subscribers to be monetized. And with that, again, I need you guys to just watch my channel. It's like the easiest thing in the world. I mean, I don't care how you do it, just do it. Because honestly, guys, I am determined to quit my day job. So let me get this out of the way. Okay. So I got that going, and now it still wants me to stir frequently for another like 8 to 10 minutes, which I have 5.5 left. And then after this, it's going to want me to add the other 2 tablespoons of butter. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut that down. If you see how I did, there's little lines on butter. It's just a cool little hack for anybody to use. I'm going to set that right on the knife so I don't lose it. Hey, pretty top on a pretty girl. Thank you. Hey, Brad! Oh my God! Hi, how are you? I thought you would be busy today. So Brad is obviously the guitar guy, if you saw his handle, which sadly on the replay, yeah, this is pale and it's fragrant. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this other butter. Other butter. Hey, cutie, I'm good. Band practice was canceled. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, this is Brad, the guitar guy. So, believe it or not, he plays guitar. And he does a phenomenal job on it. He also has a YouTube channel. A lot of good music on there. I highly suggest it. And I watch a lot of it. So, So add the remaining 2 tablespoons of butter and stir to melt. And then I'm going to let this rest for 10 minutes and let everything infuse. And that's, yeah. I mean, that smells like garlic bread right there. And the garlic is super, super pale, if you can see that. Let me actually get up to the camera and show you. It's really pale. Doesn't say anything about being translucent. It says pale. Oh, pale gold. But I also did not use... Oh, I see some yellow in there. Okay. So I'm going to actually let that go the whole 8 minutes. So this was not what I was thinking of, because I knew that I was going to have to use the saucepan, but I wasn't expecting to before. And usually I go over... I lost my train of thought. Usually I go over the recipe before I do the recipe. And when I originally... Oh, that's starting to boil. At medium-high? Really? Okay. Well, I guess I'll give you a stir. I was actually going to use the kitchen island to put the measuring board on, but in a stroke of genius, I was like, oh, hey, I can just use the stove and set up like I usually do, because last time when I set up with the island, I wasn't really crazy over the setup, especially how hard it was to angle the camera. So this is actually quite pretty. Oh, that garlic is gorgeous. So while I'm talking to you, I'm sitting here and I'm pulling the dough off the bowl, which I think I might have overproofed it, but it's okay. We will make it work one way or another. It's actually quite spider ready. Now, I did not get the powder mixed together dough. I actually got a bag of dough. And what I do with a bag of dough is that way I know I have a pound starting off. And like I said, I've just been letting that sit out since last night. So the yeast would get warm and it would expand and be easier to use. So, so this is going to be a little different because it says to let it set for 10 minutes, and then while I let it set for 10 minutes and then strain it. Into a microwave safe bowl. Okay. Pressing the solid, squeeze as much as possible butter, as much of the butter out as possible. Okay. So I can definitely squeeze it. And you guys know how much I like to hammer my meat. Looks like today I'm going to be hammering my garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to set that aside and turn this oven off and set the timer for 10 minutes. And go ahead and let that infuse. Oh, hey. Thank you. That's funny. So now I got the problem of this burner is a little hot. What can I do about that? Don't want to put the plastic on it. I'm going to actually try some cold water, see if I can't cool it down just a bit, or a wet wipe. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cooking the wet wipe. Haha. That's not working. Get a little bit of water on it. Maybe that'll work. Okay, those of you playing the secret word game, your next word is, oops, not that one, ball. If you're wondering for a theme, this came from playing Mad Libs with two 13-year-old girls. Good luck. So I'm going to put a little bit of water on here. See if I can't. Cold water. Cool down. I think that was a bad idea. Because I want to get started on other things. This is where, oops, it's a dress, not a top, my bad. It's fine. It's not like I'm sitting here on a runway with Joan Rivers. I'm wearing Walmart. Okay, so the oven is at 475. It's awesome. So can I... Still a little hot, but I don't think it's hot enough to melt plastic. So I am going to get a little trivet for that. And I'm going to set the butter aside. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start preparing the dough. And again, I got my ginormous cheat sheet here. And why did I grab the giant cheat sheet? Easy to tell you, each square is an inch. So, that being said, yeah, that's not hurting it at all. Okay, so, Generously dust the work surface with flour. Put the pizza dough on the surface and shape into a 12-inch log, which will be super easy because, like I said, each one of these squares Oh, I'm getting steam from the oven, but actually, is it heating the plastic? No, not really. Oh, it's the liquid too. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dust this lightly. And then I'm going to take the pizza dough. Oh, and before I do anything, I also need to dust my hands so that the dough doesn't stick to my hands. And I want to roll this into a 12-inch log. So I want it to be a foot. So I'm dusting my hands so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to knead it just a bit. And then, like I said, and I'm being really careful, making sure that this does not burn in any way, because this is probably not the best idea, but we're here. This is happening. So, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this line is how big I need to make it, which I didn't mark the first one. So, hey cutie, I'm good, man. Oops, it's a dress. Oh, okay. So every time I get an update on the phone, the comments are going to pop up, and it's the same comments, so it says roll it into a 12-inch log. It doesn't exactly say how. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is why I wanted to start this early. All right. Stop shrinking on me. Oh, you can't see. Sorry. So yeah, as soon as I go to roll it out, it just shrinks right back up. So let me try. There's more than one way to shape a dough ball. This looks about right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. You're allowed to shrink that much. Okay? Stay, baby. Stay. All right. So, that being done, 12-inch log, using a bench knife, cut the log crosswise into quarters and cut each quarter into thirds. So, with a knife, which I'm using a butter knife. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Into thirds. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whoop. You stay. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then, wait a minute. Was that quarter? Hold on. Into quarters. So, let me Make each one of these 4 squares and cut a square off each one and start again. Actually, if I'm supposed to cut each one into thirds, basically I want 12 dough balls. So either way, as long as I cut each one, it's going to work. So basically each one being an inch. So spread that out to 4 inches and then cut spread that out to 3 inches, cut. And I have no idea, I'm wondering if I should have, what a bench knife is. Now the dough just stuck to my hand there, so I'm just going to powder it down with some more flour. Okay, put that aside. And I got 30 seconds left on that butter to infuse it. Oh, so now the knife is starting to get stuck in the dough. So granted, guys, if you've watched my channel, I don't usually do dough recipes other than calzones. So, I mean, if you can do this better, please, for the love of all things, do better. Don't follow my example and go, hey, it's terrible, because I did it terrible. Okay, there's that 10 minutes on the butter, so we're going to get that in a minute. Okay. Woo! So here is the last piece. And I'm just going to set this aside so I have room to do other things. Give me a second. Alright. So, here's this. It's nice and infused. Looks very buttery, which I'm actually going to give that a stir. Okay, where's my book? Okay. So set a fine mesh strainer over a small microwave safe bowl. Here's the bowl I laid out. Here is my strainer. And I'm going to go ahead, maybe, and pour that in. And hold on, let me get a spatula. Oh, if I really want to get that off the hot burner, let me get a spatula. So if you can see, I have all the garlic sitting in the strainer. I'm just going to squeeze that as much as I can. Set that down. Start with the spatula, and yeah, as I squeeze, there's stuff coming out of it. And this is my fine mesh strainer. So I'm going to get a little more hardcore. I'm going to really, I can't really do that, can I? Maybe I can, hold on. I'm using my hand and really pressing against it, letting it drip out of my fingers. I'm going to like turn it some. You know what would be really nice right now is one of them grinders that you get at head shops. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, that just hit my mind. That would be perfect right now. So now that I got garlic butter all over my hands and my hammer, which I'm going to rinse my hammer off right stat now before that sticks in. Got that? That's not a lot of garlic butter as much as I hoped for. But I think worst case scenario, I can always add more butter. So put the dough on the surface and shape into a log using a bench knife. Cut along cross knives into quarters and then cut each quarter into thirds. Roll each of the 12 dough pieces into an 8 to 9 inch rope and each rope into a simple knot and tuck the ends underneath. Place the knots, carefully do this. Place the knots 2 inches apart on the prepared frying pan. So let me move this. Let me get this back over here. Move all this. So now I have these 12 dough balls over here. Actually, I don't want to put that spatula in the sink. I might use it again. And now I'm going to want to move these. Hold on. Let me make sure I powder up. 8 to 9 inch ropes. I don't know if I'm going to get 8 to 9 inch. Well, maybe I will. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hey, I did. And then I'm going to tie it into just a knot. Okay. Cool. Okay, those of you playing the secret word game, your next word is run. Run is the next word. Okay. And for this, I could probably be using a ruler, but I'm a little too bougie for that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Stretch it a little bit more and tie this in a knot, which I was kind of expecting it to be a little bigger, but I'm quite satisfied with this. And then tuck the ends inside. So that's what I have, is a pretty little garlic knot. And some of them are probably...
Mom,
What?
my notebook just fell.
Okay, you can pick it up.
Like, between the couch.
Oh, it fell between the couch?
Like, between the couch and the wall.
Okay, that might be a problem. Carefully see if you can move the couch. All right.
Yeah, there's too much stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4,
There's
5,
too much
6,
stuff.
7, 8. If you give me a while, I'll help you with the couch, okay?
Okay.
Or, hey, do you want to grab the broom and see if you can pull it out?
Might be difficult.
So this is actually, I like how these are turning out into like little knot balls. I thought this would be a lot harder than it actually is. I'm quite pleased with this. So what I'm doing on this is I'm counting the squares. Remember, each square is 1 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Loose knot. Oops. Tuck that in. And this, oh, look at sticky, huh? Nope, we don't do that sticky stuff here. That one's already about 8 inches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is perfect. You are the perfect rope, baby. So I'm going to tie that loose. I'm actually going to tie this tight. There we go. What's up, Doc? Sorry. You're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think maybe because I've let them sit a while.
Oh, there we go.
You got it?
Yeah, I have to get something.
Cool beans.
No.
Woo! Almost dropped that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little more. There we go. A little longer, which I think this might be just a small piece of dough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah! All right, there we go. That's it. I'm wearing. Probably should have put an apron on. Oh my gosh, I should have. I got flour all over me. Ah, oh well. Sitting here, I'm like, why am I itchy? Oh, that would be why I'm itchy. Oops. Might have to change before I leave. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, guys, if you like what I do, remember, like, share, and subscribe, and definitely share this with friends. I mean, you don't even have to like D&D, which a lot of ignorant people have mentioned, like, I don't like D&D, and I'm like, okay, and you eat, don't you? You like food, don't you? You like enjoying friends, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But these books, since I started them, the only recipe that I have looked at and said, nope, is definitely the tavern crickets. Anything else I can substitute and I can try to play around with, but it was just those crickets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one's going to be a little longer. But here's where it gets funny. One of my best friend was like, Amber, no. She was the first one to respond when I said the tavern crickets are actually crickets. She was the first to respond, and she's like, no. So I decided, try to find a substitute. We couldn't really figure out a substitute because we couldn't figure out the consistency and taste of the crickets. And then her husband comes over, I think it was Easter, and goes, man, I wish you had made the crickets. And I'm like, oh. So, place 2 inches apart on the prepared rack. So, So I put them on a part of the rack that wasn't floured, and they're sticking. Go figure. All right. Not exactly sure why I'm putting them on a rack on a baking sheet. But I guess there's some logic in here somewhere. And if they get stuck together, they get stuck together. Ah! They're already getting stuck to the... I think those are 2 inches. Because now I can't see my grid through the baking sheets. Alright. Let me move this grid, because this is... I mean, it works. But it's a big honking pain. And now I've got to take it outside to shake it. And me, I should have put that... I have an apron. Why didn't I put it on? And I am so freaking itchy right now. Okay. On prepared rack. Bake knots just as they are set about 5 minutes. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bake these for 5 minutes. And how did I get flour there? Were there holes in my mat? That's, I don't know. Paper towel. So, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not really going to clean, but I'm going to a little clean. So, while we got that baking, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this book aside and grab the other one. The Straight Original Heroes Feast. So, hot spiced cider. So hot spiced cider is an essential seasonal drink with appeal to all seeking warm liquid refuge after a day on the trail. Fresh pressed apple cider, usually sold by the jugful at marketplace or farms, is simmered over a low fire or stove with allspice, cloves, brown sugar, and a burst of orange tossed in for measure before it's topped off with fresh cream and a cinnamon stick. Halflings serve up their own special version named Moonslake, a milty alcohol apple cocktail that's been blended with a boiled and strained mint crushed water, yielding a biting, cool aftertaste that humans tend not to enjoy. Elves prepare it, often with cheesecloth strained for a refined, glassy amber appearance. Dwarves aren't fussy, they just like it spiked. Regardless of your preference, savor one of these cool weather concoctions to warm you inside out. So, this serves 4. There's going to be 7 of us playing. Hey, are you going out to dinner tonight or are you staying home? I don't know, maybe 8 of us. So I'm doubling this up. So for this, I'm going to need 1 large orange. Forgot to grab 2, but I think 1 will be enough. 8 whole cloves. Doubling it up, and I definitely have more than 16 here. Again, I use the Latin spices. They're a lot cheaper. 2 cinnamon sticks. Gonna be using 4. 3 cups apple cider or unfiltered apple juice. Got that. We're gonna be making it 6. And then 2 cups cranberry juice. I'm going to be using 4. Got the cranberry juice. And then light brown sugar. Got that. Pinch of kosher salt. 1/4 teaspoon doubled up. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you can use cranberries, but who's going to do that? So, okay, so with a vegetable peeler, remove zest from the orange in wide strips. Reserve 1 strip for each drink and refrigerate covered. So, I'm making enough for 8. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strip this down 8 times. Ugh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a little weak, but oh well. 8. That can be for one that doesn't want a huge orange strip. Remove zest from the orange in wide strips. Reserve 1 strip for each drink and refrigerate covered until serving time. So I'm going to go ahead, cover that with another plate, and pop this in my fridge. Next up, that was the timer on my garlic knots. So 5 minutes removed from the oven and brush with half the garlic powder. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Woo! It's steamy. was actually going to use a new paintbrush to do it, but I can't find what I did with the brush, like never touched before. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to use the spatula that I was using. And I still have the pressed garlic here in case I need it later. So this is a little chunky now. And I'm just going to pat that with the spatula. And what I'm doing is I'm getting it on the top, flipping it, and then using the other side. Probably should have grabbed a brush. Oh well. Lesson learned. This is life. This happens, I'm sure. I mean, right now, this looks amazing. And it smells really, really good. So, I was actually expecting them to be bigger, but then looking at the picture, I thought the picture was taken out of context. It's not. They are pretty small. Because you know how you can make things look bigger with different zooms and different angles? Yeah, these are actually small, and they are as small as they appear. So, it is what it is. We will make this work, and especially the party tonight is making pasta and salad. We are going to have the best Barovian meal tonight. Because I think we're using sausage. Yum. And I'm seeing that some of these knots are actually falling through the rack. So, a little unsure about that, but yeah, they're sliding through the, whoa, that is hot. Okay, remove from oven, brush with the garlic butter, rotate the baking sheet 180 degrees and return to the oven and continue until the knots are lightly browned on top, about 7 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead, rotate this 180 degrees, pop back in, and set the timer for another 7 minutes. Woo! I think our oven needs cleaned.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It smells disgusting.
No, it doesn't smell bad. It's just smoky. Okay, meanwhile, if the remaining garlic butter has hardened, microwave it for about 15 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to nuke it for, I don't know, probably 10. Actually, no, I'll do the, it's not going anywhere. I will do the 15. There we go. Okay. Alright. So while we got that going, let's go back to our hot spice cider. I just noticed the last entry in this book is the cocoa broth, which I still make to this day. So remove the zest. Refrigerate. We did that. Stick the cloves in 2 or 3 of the remaining. Stick cloves in 2 or 3 of the remaining zest strips and set aside. Reserve the orange for another use. So, I guess 8 whole cloves. I'm going to do 4 more strips. 1, 2. I don't really want those right there on the stove. Get another little plate. Which I remember doing this in another recipe. I think the cook just likes this tactic. It's fun putting cloves into orange. Yes, I know that the butter is melted.
Yeah, it's melted like your ball did.
Stop. Okay. 4. So that is 4 strips of orange zest, 16 cloves, so 8. Okay, hold on. So yeah, 4 cloves per slice. Because remember, I am doubling up. So I'm actually going to set these on the book so they're easy to grab. And this is easy. Just punch it into the orange strip. Boop. 1, 2. And there's not a picture of the hot spice cider. I'm sorry, guys, because you know how much I love the photography in these books. All right, those of you playing the secret word game, your next word is hand. Hand is the next word. Whoa, careful. Okay, 4 in that strip, 4 in this strip. What is hot? Oh, the oven's on. Duh. And this is actually kind of peaceful and nice. Just punching clove into orange peel. So it does say use the orange for another occasion. So I might make orange chicken later this week. Boop. 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 And one last boop. Got my 4 cloves and an orange slice. So 2 or 3 of the remaining strips set aside. Reserve the orange for another use. Okay. In a large saucepan over medium heat. Over medium heat, right? Yep, I'm going to put it on medium heat. Oh, I got one more. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on 5 because high would be 10. Put my cloves away, put my orange away. Whoa. Keep doing that. So here is my saucepan. In the saucepan. Oh, hey, with a shallot in it. Whoops. I washed you. I know I washed you. In a saucepan over medium heat, warm the allspice and cinnamon sticks, stirring until fragrant. What? Okay. I don't know how I'm going to stir them. How much allspice do I need? I need the crushed allspice berries, which I have this, which is pretty much crushed. So 2 teaspoons. Well, this is ground. So we're going to call that 2 teaspoons. And 4 cinnamon sticks. Oh, that smells good. 3, 4. Okay. I don't know how I'm stirring that without liquid. In a large saucepan, warm allspice and cinnamon sticks, stirring until fragrant, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to, oh, hey, the timer's already on for 22 seconds. And I just hit the off button. So, derp. Let me check on the rolls real quick. Then I'll give that about 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. About 7 minutes longer. Meanwhile, if the remaining garlic butter has hardened, microwaved it for 15 seconds. Remove knots from the oven and immediately brush them with remaining garlic butter. Sprinkle lightly with salt and cool for 5 minutes. So, while that is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. Ooh. And they are nice and brown and toasty. So, I'm going to go ahead and give them another coat of butter. They are beautiful. They are really, really beautiful. And I have, you know what? I actually have butter to spare. So I'm not going to be as stingy this time. I actually have enough that I can drizzle it over these knots. Okay. Yeah, baby, look at that. So I don't have to be stingy at all. Look at that. Look at what I am pulling off of that, man. That's gorgeous. Okay. So with that, I'm going to set this aside out of my way to cool while I focus on this hot spice cider. And again, it looks like they are stuck in the rack, which is going to be fun. So balance them on another cooling pan. So these have warmed up. Yeah, so I've been warming that. Wrong book. So I'll let them cool about 5 minutes. Oh, hey, I got close here. So 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, been doing that. Stir until fragrant. Oh, I need a spoon for you, don't I? That's not what I want. I grabbed everything I needed before I started. It's not the spoon. Go figure. Okay, that's stirred. It's fragrant. Okay, remove from heat and carefully add the cider. So I just pulled that right off the burner. Carefully add the cider. It will sputter vigorously. Cranberry juice, brown sugar, and clove-studded orange zest. So I'm going to start with the cider. The cider is 3 cups. Remember, I'm doubling up, so it's going to be 6 cups of apple juice. Couldn't really get apple cider due to the car issue, which I got my car working, believe it or not. Happy to say that. However, I got my car back Friday. Monday, my boyfriend's car died. So that is, hot burner. And that's about 3 cups. A little over, but, and it will sputter, which it is. It's sizzling already. Okay. Another 3 cups of cider. Okay. And then we want 2 cups of cranberry juice, which I'm going to make into 4. Maybe. Nope. All right. And this measuring cup goes up to 4.5 cups, which is awesome. apple juice, cranberry juice. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. Got the 4 cups of cranberry juice. Whoops, and it is sputtering. Oh. Okay. Brown sugar, which is 3 tablespoons. Gonna make it 6. And a lot of you know that spoon-wise, I really don't measure. I measure until the seasoned fairy tells me that's enough, child. We're going to call that about 6 teaspoons. Unless it's a cup. Now, if it's a cup, I'm going to measure that. And what else do I need? I just put brown sugar in it. It's got to be stirred. Okay. Okay. Brown sugar and the clove studded orange zest. So this is going in here. And then adjust heat to medium-high and bring to a simmer. So I just had it on 5. I'm going to go ahead and bump it to 8. Ooh. Wow, that smells good. Okay. So while I got that going, bring it to, I got the book wet. I am so glad that one of my friends gave me these books because he first let me borrow them, and it helps if I turn the oven off. I've used them. I've really used them. Okay, adjust the heat. Okay, bring to a simmer, stirring to dissolve the brown sugar, and then I'm going to adjust it to medium-low. Simmer. So while I got that going, I am going to need my fine mesh strainer again, so I got to get the garlic off of it. Excuse me. The hot spice cider is not alcoholic, which obviously you can make alcohol. You can make it alcoholic by adding alcohol. One of the things I cannot wait to try is there's a drink in here called the Mind Flare. That will be fun because I'm sure I will know what a thrall feels like. So, brown sugar, salt. So now I'm waiting for that to simmer. It has been about 5 minutes on the knots. So that being said, bless you. Put my strainer down, put my flour back. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and lightly salt the knots. There we go. Knots are salted. So this is starting to move, which I'm pretty sure everything at the bottom is dissolved or stuck to the bottom at this point. let's keep that simmering. And I lost my train of thought. So again, guys, let me re-alleviates. I don't know. I can't talk today. I'm excited and I'm tired. It's a weird conundrum. And this is hot, so I cannot lean against that. Like I have said before, I am 2/3 of the way to being partnership with YouTube. All I need now is for you guys to watch. I am 1/3 of the way to being completely monetized. Again, I need you guys to watch and a couple more subscribers. So, I've come to the conclusion, because a lot of people have been telling me about it, I'm going to write a book. And I've been saying this for a year, because I was told about a year ago that I'd be writing a book. However, I think I've been working on one and I keep losing inspiration. I still have it. It's still sitting there. I will finish that one. But meanwhile, I have been working on a project for a homebrew. And there's so much lore, so many NPCs that I've been asked to... First off, my homebrew, which is called Hounds of Misty Lake, they want to... I actually had my paladin drop out. He wants to run the game that I created. And I'm just like, whoa. So that was kind of like the nail in the coffin that made me decide that, hey, it's time I write a book based on this game. So that being said, I have no idea how to do that. I am going to start writing a book. So those are 2 books that I have in the works, and I might actually start a cookbook, which is something that people have been telling me for a while, but I don't have a lot of faith in a cookbook. So, I'm gonna bring to a simmer. It's starting to simmer. I'm going to adjust the heat to medium-low, so I'm taking it to an 8 to a 3. And I should have done this first, dang. I'm going to partially cover, stirring occasionally, to infuse it for 20 minutes. Oh, look at that! As soon as I turned it down, all that stuff kicked up. So partially cover it. I'm going to take the lid, and I'm going to biangle this for 20 minutes. Yeah, I should have... Like I said, guys, and I do apologize because things have been insane here. My schedule just got tossed all over the place the last few weeks. So I am a train wreck. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let that go for 20 minutes. Oh, and then remove the heat, remove from heat, and let steep for another 20 minutes more. So... I should have looked over these 2 recipes before I started, and I do deeply apologize for that, guys. Should have done the cider first. Next time I will definitely look into that a little more, because, like I said, the rolls are done. I thought that would be the hardest part. So now I got another 40 minutes on the rolls, and I don't know if you guys, on the rolls, on the cider... And I don't know if you guys want to really watch me do that. So, let me go ahead and read this recipe, okay? So, I have this covered partially, and I'm simmering it for 20 minutes, stirring occasionally, okay? Then I'm going to cover the pot completely and remove from heat for the next 20 minutes. Then I'm going to use the strainer, and I have another metal pot, and I'm going to strain everything in it. And then I'm going to put it back in the saucepan over medium heat, simmer again, add the vanilla, stir, taste, and adjust with seasoning. So you know what? I let me get my phone because I'm a little razzed right now. Hang on, guys. Stop! Sorry. So the total irony of this situation is I have timed this perfectly to the point that we have to leave. So, yay me! I just got the recipes mixed up. So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean up.
Hi. Look at that. Well,
What? Okay.
and she's watching you.
I know, she's always watching me. Which, I'm noisy, so I can't blame her in watching me. Put the allspice away. Put it this way. And, of course, to drive me even kookier... excuse me. Excuse me. To drive me even kookier, we ended up moving the home game tonight. So it's at another location. So I gotta pack these rolls. Which I'm pretty sure they're dry now. I'm pretty sure that it's completely set in. Yeah. Pan's cool, they're cool. I don't think I need this spatula anymore. So I'm just taking a paper towel and wiping that. Nope, it's going to have to be washed. I thought I could cheat. I can't. So let me dry that out really, really good. And this is just one of the bowls that this is actually the microwave bowl that I used for the butter. I gotta make sure that is super dry. That is super dry. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my knots. And like I said, they are stuck in this rack. Those of you playing the secret word game, your next word is 7. The word is 7. And these are definitely stuck on the rack. That's what I like about... Sometimes I think... It's not on the floor. It actually fell in the cabinet. That's what I like about these recipes. Sometimes I wonder if chefs really make them or they just write them. Because there was no... In case the garlic bread bakes into the rack, what to do? Well, I'm actually peeling these apart. They're just freaking gorgeous. Look at that. I mean, I'm like digging these out and kind of breaking them at the same time. So there's going to be 7 to 8 of us, depending on if Nyx is going or not. So I think I ripped this one. I think I deserved a little something for making this. Oh, wow. That was good. Wow, that's good. I mean, you can definitely taste the garlic and the butter, like perfect harmony. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just sitting here enjoying this. So anyway, Wow. I gotta put something over that for the card trick. So again, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna cut this video. Otherwise, it's just gonna be 20 minutes, 30 minutes now of just dead air. And I apologize for that, guys. So, in 10 minutes, I'm going to take this pot off the heat. I'm going to stir it. Actually, I'm going to stir it now. I'm going to take this pot off the heat, cover it completely for another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to strain it. I'm going to pour this into a metal pan, which I have over there, just to strain it, and then return it to this. And then, simmer it again and add vanilla. And the vanilla is just a half a teaspoon. So, like I said, guys, I'm not really going to make you sit and watch all that. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week. I'm probably going to come up with something to use that orange with. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you want to support me. PayPal, Cashapp, or Amazon. If you are playing the secret word game, there is no last secret word. However, please keep in mind, I do not take off my clothes. So, and by playing the secret word game, that does not mean I am obligated to do whatever and anything you ask me to. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Did I open that? Yeah, I opened that. I don't want to open that. Why is the oven still hot? It is hot right there. The oven's not on, just the burner. So why is it hot over here? Oh yeah, I want to stop.